Doc Favors here. Welcome back to the channel where we talk about self-mastery and wealth creation. It's always glad to have you all here. And I have one question for you. Have you ever found yourself right on the cutting edge of something that was just amazing, that was mind-blowing, but you had to practice reserve and have discipline and no matter how bad you wanted to say something, you couldn't say it? Well, good people, this is not one of those times. Hey, y'all gotta forgive me. I know I'm messing with you, but I am so jacked. I'm so hyped, man. I'm so jazzed behind what's getting ready to happen, you all. So listen, y'all already know what it is. If you can, do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn those notifications on, and of course, leave me a comment because when I share this with you, I had to go get some of the big guns on this one. Y'all, I'm gonna tell you the truth. But I got something I'm finna share with you all, and I'm gonna jump right into it, you all. I don't know if you all heard about Score and Alpha Pass, but let me just say something to you all, y'all. Blockchain-based financial reputation layer that expands access to financial tools globally through Web3 credit scoring. I did a video previously on my YouTube channel about that and sharing this. Well, obviously y'all here, y'all watching it, but you can scroll down through there and you'll see that. But when we talking about having a company that has a mindset to blend your traditional credit score with a Web3 credit score, do you all know how phenomenal and how cutting edge that is? And so I'm gonna tell you right now, y'all, we got the score tokens. We showed y'all. We launched that a few weeks ago. But there's something that is right here that's so fresh that I had to come and tell you all because I'm gonna tell you right now, it's cutting edge. It's here to stay, and I'm gonna just dive right into it. So the company that we are all in, that we love, Bellator, you all, has launched something, and I'm gonna say it like this: You've waited patiently for these results. And now we're getting ready to take over the world, you all. Why are you gonna do that, Favors? And why are you so confident, Favors? Why are you so giddy? Look, when you talk about having global expansion and talk about market dominance and talking about investor impact, you all, that can unlock these massive values and institutional liquidity. I know these are terms that some of us may not be comfortable with using, but I've been sounding the alarm on this thing since last October. Several others have been sounding the alarm on this thing since 2016, since 2024. And I'm telling you all now, the wait is over because we're here, you all. Okay. So now watch. I want to introduce you all to something called the Alpha Pass node. Now, let me tell you, I'm not going to go deep into this because I don't want to overwhelm you because I know my community. I know my peeps. Y'all want to know what it is. Y'all want to see how we can get in where we fit in. And I'm going to just share it with you right now. So here's the thing. When we was talking about the credit score report, there's a token called Score, that the Score token that's connected to it. Now, I want you to see the mechanics of how this perpetual this value is going to create things for you and I. First of all, if you know anything about crypto, you have a fund, and it's a token that drives sales directly from the Score ID. That is the system that's created to track your web credit, and of course your Web3 credit. Of course, you want to get yours, so you're going to want to know what your Web3 credit score is because let's just say you're trying to go get a down payment, and your regular or traditional score isn't good enough. Well, once this comes out and you're sitting on a bunch of crypto, whatever type of crypto that is, in our case, it's going to be Score token or Mirex or Phoenix or Turbo, whatever. You can then go purchase and do things with that coin, but now it becomes leverage for you. Do you see how serious this is? And so what they're going to do is y'all through this strategy, first we're going to fund it. Okay. The second thing is it's going to generate a score ID, which is going to give utility case so that it pays back the special purpose vehicle with profits. Now I know y'all, once again, this is language. So if you haven't heard that, just go Google, go look it up. I don't want to take too much time on this video to break that down. But after they generate, then what's going to happen? They're going to buy and burn. So when you talk about that SPV account, it's going to use these profits to continually buy and burn some of these tokens. That simply means you all, when you buy and burn, you reduce the supply. That increases the value of the held tokens. So that's the whole thing about, I remember a couple of years ago now, they were talking about before the halving, the most recent halving we had. We was over there in some meme plays. We had some Doge. We had some. We had Doge. What's that? Oh, I forgot it. We had XRP, of course, and which is Ripple, but it was another one. It was the little dog. No, that was Doge. So, okay, forgive me. It slips my mind right now. It might come back to, but anyway, the biggest thing was about them burning some of the coins so that the other ones would have value. Okay. And so right now, when you talk about the alpha and the score token, it's a lot of bonuses that we have right now. I won't go through all this, but I want you all to see something right here. When you ask about the Alpha Pass, it is the Alpha Pass is the AI and it's the company, a portion of the company you all that's set aside that correlates with the score token. And so let me just break this down. You talk about the details of this. The product will pay $90 per month for the first 12 months. It will then pay $120 per month for the second 12 months. Now, y'all already know we have some Miracle nodes. We have the Italy nodes. We have the Project X nodes that pay. We got the Gary nodes that pay daily. Now, this is more of a long-term play, but this is more of this one here is a whole different piece because I'm gonna tell you, well, this one here is going to have the potential to really greatly increase your capacity to live the type of life that you want to live. I can say it that way. So when you talk about payments will be made in the score token, remember when we launched the um the Mirex token, all of us who got in early, you all saw triple 3x almost within a week. You see? So when you're talking about the first 3 months will feature a score token pre-sale at 20 cents. What would you do if you could secure some Bitcoin, even some Ethereum at 20 cents? Yo, last time I looked, Bitcoin was right around 70, maybe it just cracked over 80,000 again. If you'd have had just took $100 and bought something, where would you be? Now, once again, I'm not a financial advisor. You know, Favor's not a financial advisor. So I can't tell you what to do with yours, but I can only tell you what I'm doing, and I'm just sharing with you all. Excuse me, I got to put my phone on mute, y'all. I'm just sharing with you all and making sure that you all know what's going on so that you can posture and position yourself. Because when I tell you, we are in the middle of a 10-day blitz with this, you all, and this is day 2. So forgive me because I'm late, but I had to wrap my mind. I'm gonna tell you, I had to take a good 24 to 48 hours, a little less than 48 hours, to wrap my mind around this thing so that I could just give it to you. And I still don't know everything, but how many of you all know sometimes when you hear things and you can see the writing on the wall, then you tend to follow suit, which means when you see the billionaires and the millionaires move, sometimes you got to position yourself to make the move and then learn where we're going. You know, now that's a biblical principle too for some of y'all. I'm not going to preach at you, but you know, the good book says that God told a man to move from up his and get out of his place of residence and he'll show him on the way, show him while he's going. So I'm gonna tell y'all sometimes that works. But anyway, until the token launch, resulting in 450 tokens per month for a $90 payment, price at launch is going to be $1.50. And the retail price for the Alpha Pass is going to be $23.50, but the introductory price for the next 8 days is going to be $2,100. Now, don't let that scare you. Don't let that make you feel a certain type of way, because I'm trying to tell you, when I show you this and break this down for you, it's going to make more sense. As a matter of fact, instead of me breaking this down, I want to go and get one of the senior leaders in this. He did a video, and I was like, you know what? On this one right here, I'm gonna have to go get the big guns on this one. So I went and got the video. This is Mr. Ed Terranova, guys. He's been in this industry for over 30 plus years. You all made multiple figures and built massive teams. And it's just a blessing to be associated with individuals like this, and several others in the company. But I'm gonna tell y'all this. I want you all to hear for about maybe 4 or 5 minutes how he breaks this down. I'm gonna let him break it down. I'm gonna come back and then we'll have a little commentary toward the end, and then I'll show you all how you can benefit and how to get involved with this. Let's take a listen at this.
Want to do this? And I believe if it's fun, simple, fast, your answer to that question is going to be yes. So it's my job to make this fun, simple, and fast, so that you go, yeah, I could do this. I could just invite people to listen to this guy who's kind of quirky, but he's pretty accurate, and I think they might like it too. That's all we do. We invite people to take a look at the information. And when you do that as a member in Bellator, you can make money. Matter of fact, you can make a lot of money. We're going to show you how much it costs is $2,100 for that Alpha Pass product. We're going to talk about the usage and the pay in future episodes. But we're going to go right into what my wife always says, just say it in cash. That's Deb T down the bottom. That's my wife. She says, say it in cash. I'm always engaged in some type of entrepreneurial venture, and I tend to I've learned how to, I should say, and I'll teach you how to go to the top. I've learned how to go to the top, be one of the top money earners in companies. Been doing this for 36 years, and this company Bellator, we just got it started 16 months ago, and I've made more money in the last 16 months than I've ever made in a year. In 16 months before.
Wow.
Just fortunate and blessed. And what you're going to see right now, I believe, is the next iteration of more money, more money, more money with a multiple attached. And we're going to make way more money. Like Jeremy Guy says, show me the money. Stop talking, Ed. Show me the money. So we're going to show you the money and show you how it works. So that product and the compensation behind that product is the company pays out $1,000. And that product, by the way, is $2,350 normally. We're bringing it to market with a promo of $2,100. And out of that $2,100, it pays out $1,000. And it pays out one of two ways. That's why the screen is split in half. It is one way on the left and one way on the right. The first way on the left is it pays that $1,000 to two people. It pays it to the person who made the sale. That's a trainee. They didn't get trained yet. They're in the process. They're a trainee. And then it passes up that $800 to the next person up from them who is a trainer, who went through and trained. And so to become a trainer, if you buy the Alpha Pass product, if you buy and you make two sales, you're now trained. And from that moment forward, you get paid $1,000, a full $1,000 of commission, and that's on the right side. When you sell, when the sale is made by the trainer makes $1,000, makes the whole amount. If you're a trainee, you're just getting started, you want to make two sales as soon as possible. If you purchase the product and sell two, I call it buy one, sell two. Buy one, sell two. Just repeat that to yourself. Write it on an index card. Put it on your mirror. Buy one, sell two. Buy one, sell two. That's all you want to do as soon as possible. You can do that your very first day. We've had people yesterday, by the way, was our very first day. We had people do it their very first day. And so that's how simple this is. And every sale thereafter, cha-ching, you make $1,000. You make another sale, cha-ching, you make $1,000. You make another sale, cha-ching, you make a. How many sales do you want to make in a day?
Okay, I gotta pause for a minute, y'all. Did y'all hear him what he said that you had some people do this in a day? That they came in, they got their pass for 2,100, they helped two people get theirs, they got the secure, and they automatically on the next person made their $1,000. I don't know about you all, but when you talk about having a comp plan, and this is just one of, he's going to tell you in a minute, but this is just one of five ways with this particular product. Remember, we got all the other notes as well for those of you who just say, I'm just an investor, I don't want to build. But for those of you who got eyes to see who you just heard, what I just heard, oh, I digress. Do you all see? Y'all see that energy? This is giving off, this is game changing. That's all I can tell you. It's hard to contain, but I want to just make sure y'all key in on that. And I got another slide that I was going to share right here with the same information that the Alpha Pass first two sales is 200 each. That's fast track, and then 1,000 of all future sales, and then training bonuses. But once again, I'm going to finish letting him tell you and break it down. I just want to show y'all that I'm working on this. I'm getting it together for y'all. Okay. So at this time, hey, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and leave some comments down below for sure. Okay. Let's finish this out real quick.
You can make multiple sales a day. You can make 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 sales and make 5,000. I mean, 3, 4, 5 sales and make 3, 4, 5,000 in a day. Guys, this is so attractive. A
Yes.
product that can pay out $1,000 on a $2,100 sale. You're looking at it. Who wants to make some extra money? Who wants to accumulate some money to buy a piece of property? Who wants to save up money to have your money for Christmas? Christmas is way away. Yeah, but hey, we can create a Christmas account right now. Go make a couple of sales, stuff it in there. Kids will love it. That's all it is, guys. That's our comp plan. I don't want to get into much more detail than that because it'll confuse people. But here's how this works when you draw it out. When you personally have made your first two sales, you're now trained and you're going to make $1,000 on every single sale. At that time, you are the trainer. And if you help those people that you made the sale to do exactly what you did, get trained by making two sales, they purchased the product, cha-ching, you made $1,000. You help them make two sales, cha-ching, cha-ching, they made 1,000, they made a grand each. By the way, this is called the Miracle Magic Pay Plan. The
Appreciate
Miracle
that.
Magic Pay Plan pays this way. And we call it magic because magic is an acronym for make a grand in commission. You make a grand in commission every sale after you're trained forever. If you want to have 1 month, let's just say, hey, I'm going in. By the way, I used to drive Uber. I don't know if I told that to many people. I used to drive an Uber and a Lyft. And when I left the house in the morning, I set a goal as to how much I had to make before I could come back. And that was it. So I said, okay, I'm going to go out and make $400. When I made $400, I came home, I was done. Then there was one time around Christmas time to a bunch of Christmas parties. I set a bigger goal. I said, I'm going to see if I could drive enough to make 1,000. I like $1,000 days, by the way. I want to see if I could make 1,000 in a day. And you know what happened? It was Christmas, and there were all these Christmas parties going on. And I live in a pretty nice, affluent area, and people were taking Uber from party to party to party, and nonstop. I'm picking up people at one house, driving them to a place, picking up people at another house, driving them to a place. By the time that day was out, I made $1,400 that day. That was my biggest day ever driving Uber. Anyway, I don't know why I went off. It's $1,000. I set a goal to make 1,000. If you set a goal to make 1,000 and you want to have a big month because you want to buy something, you want to do something, you want to give it whatever it is, you want to give it away to charity, whatever it is, you could get laser focused for a month and make a sale a day. 1,000 a day is 30,000 a month. How much do you want to make? It's like, what's in that wallet? How much do you want to make? We have catchphrases here that just make sense. Dollars and cents. You say that over and over again. This makes sense to me. Dollars and cents. So yeah, like I said, I like to have fun. So when somebody comes into the miracle magic compensation plan, there's pretty much 5 ways we get paid. The first way is direct commission. We just went over that. The miracle. And by the way, I shouldn't say that we didn't go over that. The direct commission is on other artificial AI products that we have, and you can make 20 to 30% on all those products. Pretty cool. Uh,
Okay, so I need to emphasize that point right there. I was waiting on him to say that because, some people who don't understand the industry and understand the space, they can make the wrong assumptions and not understand that we are based on technology. We're fintech. Okay, so you talk about financial technology. So we get compensated on the like say for example the Miracle CPU node. We get residual pay every time someone taps, swipe, or insert that card from the transaction fees because we own the nodes, you see? So this is not replacing that. This is just another add-on. This is just another asset. And that's what we're doing, you all. I'm training you all. I'm teaching my team to stack assets. So we got some Project X nodes. We got some Guardian nodes. We got some Miracle nodes. Now we're just adding yet another powerful, powerful play to the asset category, you all, to the suite of everything that we're doing here. You see? And so it's just an amazing piece, man, even to know that. I think we can pretty much, he'll go through some of that again. But I think we can pretty much wrap that up. So thank you, Mr. Ed. I appreciate that, sir. So with that being said, you all, yeah, this is the slat of the hat. And then, of course, we are in this May rollout. And because the site is live, so the 10-day window is actually open now. And we are in our second day of it. And when I say that, remember, that's getting this price, getting this at that price point. Okay. And so what do you want to do? Guys, all you want to do is seriously, if you serious now, I got to start doing things differently. Okay. So I'm not going to just be putting the links out there because we got a whole lot of different stuff going on. And we got to start making sure that we want to see about people who are serious. Okay. So if you're serious about it and you say, well, you know what? I want to invest in some of the products. I understand that. I'm gonna be doing some videos just for you all. Those of you all who want to, get positioned so you can maximize this type of comp plan. Because I know some of y'all caught that. I know some of you all caught it like we caught it, and I caught it. Oh, I snatched it out the air quick, you all, because I understand the benefit of it. And remember, one of my favorite authors used to say, wealth is the ability to fully experience life. And to me, that means being able to have residual passive income coming in from a little work. You're gonna work a little bit, don't get me wrong, but the payoff is so amazing. That means I can go where I want to go, when I want to go, with whom I want to go, for however as long as I want to go, you all. So how do we do this? If you're serious, I created an email that's strictly for this. And I'm gonna leave that down in the description below. Okay. And all you gotta do is go down there. It's gonna be the only thing in there. I may have a few other videos for you to watch, but I will no longer be just leaving the link out here because y'all, this is so serious that I only want to work with serious people. And I don't mean that, I don't mean to slight no one. It's other ways to get involved. You say, well, what if I don't have that? Then you email me and we can jump on the call and jump on the Zoom. That way I know that it's not scammy or anything like that. And I'll literally show you because there's another way. You know what? Let me see. Let me see something real quick. Because you all have to know that's one way of getting involved in this thing. Okay, let me go back to this piece right here because some of y'all you're gonna want to see this. Let me move this over just a little bit so you all can see this. Okay. Now watch. So the first way you do it is you come in with the Alpha Pass. You get your first two sales. There's 200 each. That's what we call the fast track. Okay, $1,000 on all future sales, training bonuses. You get that override of 800 because you train trainees. Now let's just say if you say I don't have that favor, but I would love to take opportunity. Now if you serious, and I'm talking about serious, you ready? You're coachable, you teachable, you ready to roll up your sleeves and really ready to dig in. Then you can get in. Once again, all you gotta do is email or get back to the person who sent you this video, get their link, join, and then roll up your sleeves and get ready to be trained and talk. We blitzing every day, 2 times a day. If I'm showing it to you and you all in my network or my community, then you know you can get my link and sign in. I'm gonna leave an email. Then you're gonna have to email me. Good people, I know y'all grown, we competent, we leaders, entrepreneurs, working professionals, but we got to learn how to start following instructions. You know, I got several people saying, well, I reached out and I sent a response to you and just told you to do X, Y, and Z, and it never got done. So y'all please stop throwing rotten tomatoes at Doc Favors, okay? I'm gonna leave it down there, an email specifically for this, and that's it. So now, but you can get the link and come in, position yourself, and sell 4 of these. Uh-huh. And then you'll still get $200 for each, but then guess what? You'll hit that level of trained. And then after that, you then can go and you'll start making the same thousand on every sale or every future sale you do. And you get a training bonus for helping those that you bring in. You get that $800 training bonus. Now, I'm gonna tell you, you bottom line, holding an alpha pass slashes your initial qualification hurdle by 50%. It accelerates your path into the $1,000 direct commission twice as fast. So let me tell you something. If you coachable, teachable, you ready to roll up some of these sleeves and get to work with us, I would love to have you on the team. All right. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, it's Doc Favors. It's hot off the press. I wanted to give you all this. Stay tuned because when I say we're doing the blitz, I'll probably be doing something, covering something with this every day for the next 8 days till 10 days is up. And then, of course, you all know we'll be doing some things after the fact. So please don't forget, hit that like button, share. Let's get this out to the teams. You all serious people who are coachable and teachable, qualified, who ready to make some serious life-changing decisions. Y'all get that email down there and send me an email. And I know when I hear that tone, it's only for that email. So I know if you're serious, and I'm going to be contacted. It's not a bot, okay? I got things set up like that. But for this one, I want to talk and see each and every last one so that we can have a conversation so we can see if this is a good fit for you and I both to be on the team so we can go to work, okay? With that being said, it's Doc Favors. I appreciate you all, and we will see you shortly.